It was the morning of October 2nd, 2025. Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, had drawn worshippers to the Heaton Park Hebrew congregation Synagogue in Higher Crumpsall, Manchester. Families gathered early, dressed in solemn attire, entering a place meant for prayer, fasting, and reflection. The synagogue was filled, and security volunteers were stationed at the gates. But within minutes, what began as a sacred day of atonement turned into a nightmare. At 9:31 a.m., witnesses say a car suddenly accelerated toward the crowd outside the synagogue. People screamed as the vehicle struck pedestrians. The driver, later identified as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shamie, a British citizen of Syrian descent, then got out of the car armed with a large knife. He began stabbing indiscriminately. Worshippers scrambled for safety. Some rushed to shield children. Others tried to fight back. A security guarded the gate, and synagogue staff desperately held their ground. Inside, Rabbi Daniel Walker quickly locked the synagogue doors and barricaded them, preventing the attacker from storming the building itself. His actions saved dozens of lives. What made the moment even more terrifying was that al-Shamie appeared to be wearing a suicide vest. People feared a bomb would follow the stabbing. Police were called immediately. Within minutes, firearms officers rushed the scene. At 9:38 a.m., just 7 minutes after the first call, they confronted al-Shamie. Officers shouted warnings, but he refused to stop. Believing he carried explosives, armed police opened fire. The attacker collapsed and died on the ground. Explosive teams later confirmed the vest was fake, a crude attempt to heighten terror. The chaos left 2 worshippers dead. Adrian Daulby, 53, a father and businessman. Melvin Cravitz, 66, a longtime member of the synagogue. Several others were injured. At least 3 people were hospitalized. One with stab wounds, another struck by the car, and another with gunshot wounds sustained during the police response. Later investigations revealed a devastating truth. One of the victims had likely been killed accidentally by police gunfire as they tried to stop the attacker. Another injured man may also have been struck in the crossfire. The assailant, Jihad al-Shamie, had lived in the UK since childhood and became a British citizen in 2006. He was not under surveillance, nor enrolled in the Prevent Counter-Radicalization program. Police believe the attack was anti-Semitic in motive, deliberately targeting the Jewish community on its holiest day. Investigators are probing how he was radicalized and whether he had support. In the hours that followed, 3 others were arrested. 2 men in their 30s and a woman in her 60s, suspected of aiding or instigating the attack. The incident was immediately declared a terrorist attack. Greater Manchester Police launched a full counterterrorism investigation, supported by MI5. Security was tightened at synagogues across the UK. Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the act vile, while religious leaders across the UK condemned the violence. The chief rabbi praised the bravery of synagogue staff who stopped the attacker from entering the building, preventing a massacre. But the community remains shaken. Questions linger. How could this happen? Why wasn't al-Shamie on the radar of security services? And how will trust be rebuilt after one victim was killed not only by a terrorist, but possibly by the very police who came to protect them? The 2025 Manchester synagogue attack stands as one of the darkest days in modern British Jewish history. A day meant for prayer ended in bloodshed. Yet amid the horror, stories of courage emerged of rabbis, security guards, and ordinary worshippers who acted bravely in the face of terror. For Manchester, a city already scarred by the 2017 arena bombing, the attack reopened wounds and underscored the urgent need to confront both extremism and rising antisemitism. The names of the victims, Adrian Daulby and Melvin Cravitz, will be remembered not as numbers in tragedy, but as lives taken on a day meant for peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories.